Hello and welcome to the shed. In today's video I'm going to be running you through how to sharpen the humble draw knife. Hope you enjoy. So there are a few different ways in which you can sharpen these. Some of them are much older ways of sharpening them. Some of them are more modern with more modern tools. But just know there are easy ways or cheaper ways, more expensive ways based on what you actually have to actually sharpen them. But there's always a way to sharpen these fairly inexpensively. So let's jump down here and I'll go through a couple of the different ways that I sharpen one of these draw knives. So the first way to sharpen one of these involves freehand sharpening, and an oilstone, normally not something this big, and it involves you lining it up and then rubbing it across the surface. Whether you decide to sight down it like this to do it, or underhand it like this, you can actually use one of these to do it. Now traditionally, and you've probably seen old videos of how they use these for sharpening their axes, knives, all sorts of oil stones were used, but they weren't used with oil. They generally spit on them in the field and use that to sharpen it. Just automotive window cleaner. And so if I do this towards the camera, you can see that water builds up in front, which is what I've explained a number of times when I sharpen hand planes and chisels. And so you know you've got the angle right, and so you can just work it back and forwards like this. So the next way is you can use some sort of a paddle, whether it's one of these diamond paddles or just some sandpaper stuck onto a flat paddle. And once again, you can do your freehand method like this. Little circles works best. You can once again set it up here so you can sight it like you do with an axe, and you can sharpen it that way. If you don't want to sight it, you can actually just black it as you normally would with other tools. So you can black the whole bevel to make sure you're actually getting the whole bevel, and then work it till that disappears. Now, along with this paddle design, we're going to just jump over to the vise, which is another way to ensure that you're going to get that bevel. It's going to result in a flatter bevel, but it means that you're it takes some of the guesswork out of it. So let's just jump over here and have a look. So I'm going to use these because they're shorter, but you can cut a piece of timber that's shorter for this process as well. It involves resting something on here, and then you can actually lift this up and down until you have your paddle meet your angle that you're after. And then simply keep this in the exact same spot. You're using the rest down here as a guide of your stick, and then just simply move it back and forwards like this. So you can do this with the sandpaper as well. You just got to be a little careful that you don't cut your sandpaper. Fabric back sandpaper actually works best for this process if you're going to do that. And so if you do have a curved one that I have, we can see here it's just sharpened the very edge of it in those few seconds. So you can see right on the very edge here it's sharpened. Let me just show you that once more because it happened pretty quickly. I felt that rock slightly. Just make sure that your vise is not going to move. See how quick that is. It takes a few seconds to just sharpen the very, very edge of it if you just want to refine that very edge of it back up. Let's just run through a full sharpening process as if this is a brand new one, and then we'll see how well it works. So I'm just going to start by doing what I said you don't need to do much. See where I've gone to. I might concentrate on this and flatten this up a little bit later, But once you've got that where you want, just so we're not held up in this video, we go to the bevel. So let's go sharpen the bevel. You can run through your finer grits onto this, on that back if you want to. So now we're going to sharpen this with whatever your method is that you want to use. You've got a couple of different grits, go through your different grits. I like to go to at least my red grit on these diamond paddles. It's probably about a 1200 grit. Somewhere between 8 to 1200 is normally good enough for something like this. And then I will, since we've just flattened this, just quickly run that over the back there. And we should be good to go ahead and take a shaving, so let's jump back to the piece of wood and let's see how we did. Get that out of the way. Even up this end where we didn't get that back flat. We can see it's still nice and sharp. So if you like this video, please do like and subscribe down below. While you're down there, do sound off in the comments. If you've got a different way that you sharpen your draw knife, I'm keen to find out if my process is very similar to yours or not. And if you'd like to see the video where I went through the introduction of the spoke shave and what it can do, check that out here. Bye for now.